10 seconds.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore, your morning dose of creative conversation and coffee with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, Facebook famous YouTuber, and former mortician's assistant. Get ready to start your day off right.
And there we are, pushing buttons like we always do. Anyway, I'm setting something up for a friend. Anyway, good morning, everyone. How the heck are you? Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore for Wednesday, October 27th, 2021. We're 4 days away from Halloween. We're 2 days away from HelloCon. It's a glorious time to be alive, everyone. But anyway, thank you all for being here. Appreciate you taking the time out to be with me, whether you're watching live or on the rerun. And we got all kinds of stuff coming up this morning, mostly your comments, and we look forward to that. A couple announcements. We may or may not have a show on Friday because I don't think any of my substitutes will be around. So anyway, what we may do is like a special rerun of one of our shows, like maybe a clever title pending. Or we may just let the day go fallow, or we have something that if we can pull it off in the next couple days, we may have something fresh for you. So anyway, please watch our spaces and find out what we're doing, because we don't know yet. Anyway, I want to thank everyone for being here. And of course, we're going to start the attitude of gratitude with our daily sponsor, that is Plasma Fire Graphics, who's been sponsoring us for over a year now. We're very grateful for that. And advertising opportunities abound. Anyway, Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. I know when you finish your working on your book, you've got edited and formatted and all that good stuff on the inside. You're saying to yourself, you know what? I need a cover that's going to drive people away. I want nobody to buy this book. I'm going to get the crappiest cover, and I'm going to pay more than I should for it.
How dare you!
Exactly, Greta. That's why the smart people go to Plasma Fire Graphics. Jeffrey Hayes has a wonderful palette of great images that you can use, and he does it at very affordable rates. Not only can he create a great wraparound cover, he can also provide the graphics you'll need to sell it on social media, as well as a beautiful book trailer. So definitely go to his Facebook page, Plasma Fire Graphics, and then go over to plasmafiregraphics.com, and there you can contact him directly and inquire about his rates. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you, because it matters to your readers greatly. And we are also very grateful to the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. It's a group of like-minded individuals who are helping each other rise in the community and of broadcasting. And we've got some great broadcasting coming up tonight and tomorrow. The next show's coming up. Tonight will be The Truthmongers with Ted Davies and Glenn B. Fleming. At 7 o'clock, and tonight they're going to talk about a really cool subject that we all have heard about. It's Area 51. Because all your other cheap shows talk about Area 49 or 12 because they can't afford it, but we go the long money and we do Area 51 because you deserve it. Anyway, so please tune in tonight at 7 p.m. for Ted and Glenn as they discuss Area 51. I will probably be there. I'll try to be there. I love being there. And also tomorrow, I don't know that we're having a TED Talks in the morning, but tomorrow night is Comic Book Spectrum at 7 p.m. with Clyde Hall, Eric Hawkins, and Joe D. McPhee will be stepping in. And speaking of which, we hope you caught last night's Dastardly Dingoes with the crossover between Comic Book Spectrum and their show, their wonderful, wonderful show. And we reviewed past comic books. A lot of cool things were said, and we're going to make it a monthly affair, the crossover between us, because we had so much fun last night. So please watch last night's episode of Dastardly Dingoes and prepare to get your head filled with warm, soapy knowledge on comic books, because it's great. Anyway, we also want to thank our Patreon subscribers. Patreon is a monthly subscription service where you can support your favorite creators directly, but you get stuff for it, like you get mentioned on my show, like this card right here. If you want to see your name on this card, it'd just be $1 a month, folks, and $5 a month gets you a peek at my work in progress. The Terrors, which we're going to post another episode, I hope, before we leave town. And please check it out. We are proud to be on Patreon. We're happy with our Patreon subscribers. And please check out these names, because they have their own Patreons that deserve your support, too. So if you want to find out what I'm giving you, other than a chance to see your name on this show, go to Patreon, a whole bunch of W's. Go to www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris and find out. Like I said, tomorrow night will be Comic Book Spectrum at 7 p.m. And we also have a brand new show. Oh, I forgot this show's, I think it's premiering today. It's Dr. John Celestri, who you will love his artwork. He's a former Disney animator. Oh, no, Don Bluth animator. He's a former Don Bluth animator who did all kinds of wonderful shows like The Secret of Nim and the very first interactive video game with computer graphics. A lot of great material in this man's background. And he also has his own YouTube channel where he teaches you how to do what he does so well, and that's draw. So check out Dr. John, the original gangster. Today, I believe it's going to be at 3 o'clock. And please sign up for his page and give it some love. And by the way, you may notice our Facebook page has plummeted. I kept telling everyone we had bots. We had Russian bots. And I don't know that many of you believe me, but we lost something like 90 subscribers overnight on our drive to have 1,100 by the end of Halloween. Now, whoever directed the Russian bots to us, we are grateful. Thank you. But I can't say I'm terribly optimistic we will hit our goal now. We really would like organic, like real people, signing up for our Rising Tide broadcasting page. Not just on Facebook, but also here, my page. Because if we get 1,100 by the end of Halloween night, I will do a special 12-hour Nevermind the Furthermore. And I was going to say that if we hit 1,000, I'd probably do a 10-hour. And we may do an extended one, because a lot of people did put out some effort to try to get some more subscriptions for this channel, for which I'm grateful. I really am. Because the main goal, in all honesty, that some of it was going to trickle down through the network. Some of it was going to be used to create like a real studio for us, and possibly do some stuff with the background here, other fun things that would make it a little more entertaining for you. But it may not happen. I'll be surprised if it does. I'll be shocked and amazed and grateful as you cannot believe. But anyway, that's what we would be doing. And also, I do want to mention HalloCon will be this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The hours are at hallocon.com, and that will be at the Econo Lodge at 1507 Tibbs Road in Dalton, Georgia. I will be there along with other Nevermorians, such as John B. Pica, Damian Waldron, and Damian is going to have some surprises for you that I may or may not be involved with. So we worked on it this week, and I'm thrilled with the results and can't wait to see the final product. But anyway, please check it out. Also, we'll get to your comments in just a moment, friends. But I want to see if I can do something here. I was given a last-second request to run a thing, and it's from our good friend Pops Van Zant. And I don't want to refuse him anything. So let's see what we can do. Add that, and there we go. We're going to take that full screen. and watch this. Let's see if I did it right. Oop. Let's start that over.
Come get some.
All right. Hope that worked. Anyway, thank you, Pops Van Sant. He's gonna have CromCon this weekend, and it's gonna be a lively affair as usual. So please check him out, and it's going to have we're going to have all kinds of great entertainment and great comic book creators and creators of all kinds on there. So please give it some love, if you will. And I think that's everything we got. Let's stop screen. All right, there we go. I've got the controls again, and let's see. I want to check something out here while I'm at it. Because yesterday evening, I noticed my picture here. I was getting a strong signal, but my video wasn't very good. And also, I wanted to. Everybody's got so many demands of me. Want to give some love to. Oh, let me find it. Here we go. Grant Lankard. I'm involved with this, so I have a selfish interest, but right now, Memoirs of the Macabre, or the Morbid, rather, Memoirs of the Morbid, is doing a Kickstarter, and it's only got a few more days to go, 4 more days, and they've got a $4,000 goal while I'm waiting for my screen to refresh here, and they're at $3,491, another $509, and they will make their goal. Well, I was contacted late last night by Grant Lankard, the editor and publisher of that, and I have a story in there, so we'll be talking about that later. Anyway, one of the artists, Matt Mossman, has generously donated the original art to one of the pages he did for one of the stories inside called Coaxial. It will be a given away to one lucky physical backer at the end of the campaign. So you definitely want to get on Memoirs of an Angel, and we'll put that up there. Let's see. I think we can get it. Anyway, we have waited long enough, and thank you everyone for your patience here. So we're gonna whiz through the comments as best we can. And Carl Witzman, I forgot Donna Carlene will be at HoloCon 2, and Carl Witzman also. I apologize for my faux pas. I have not been awake that long. I haven't even finished my first cup of coffee yet. And everyone's asking me to promote things this morning. Anyway, good morning to you, Carl. Safe travels to you and Donna. We hope to see you safely at HoloCon this weekend. And wow, is there an echo? Okay, probably in my head. Suggested writing topic: does anyone else still have paper notes all over their desk, or have you all gone digital for notes to yourself? You don't want to look at this desk, Carl. And this isn't even my writing desk anymore. I've got notes. I've got paper all over this damn thing. Okay. I still even have this. Anyway, we could probably dispose of that. Yeah, I've got notebooks. I've got paper galore. I've got folders from shows I've been at. And let's see, what's this? Okay. This is a website I've been blocking. Anyway, yeah, I'm definitely, I would love to hear everyone's answer on this. I do. Do you, Carl? Or your desk was pretty neat the one time I was there, so I don't know. And yeah, it's like us on Azeroth, all alone there. Sorry. And Hump Day must be everyone's busy day to get work done. Yeah, and paper only. Yeah, Donna, that's the way I work. I find that I was trying for a while, like when I get an idea on the road, to record it in my my phone, and then I'd forget to look at my phone. So or sleep in. Sleep in sounds good. Cookie slept in a little, but she had a chiropractic appointment, so she's gone now. So I have no adults. You guys don't count. I'm just reorganizing all my paper notes. I should just gather mine up and throw them away. I don't know why I keep all these things. And yeah, I got to do that once in a while, but you have to do the same with digital, just in a different way. You have to remember to look at it, Donna. That's my problem. Anyway, good morning to you, you lovely people here. And I do apologize for omitting your name. I am it was a late night last night, and I am running on fumes this morning. And Scott Crocker says, update, as of 11:50 p.m. last night, the first draft of my film script, Bad Kitty, is finalized at 110 pages. Yes! And if you attend HoloCon this weekend, I plan to have a print copy with me for critiques. I would love to give it a glance, Skunk, if you don't mind, or send me a like a PDF or something. I give it a quick. I'll give it a look see. And yay, Skunk, and great Skunk. I agree. He is a great skunk. Skunk, and I'm looking forward to seeing you this weekend at HoloCon. HoloCon.com. Check out that poster. It's by Jeffrey Hayes of Plasma Fire Graphics. And hey, Brian. Hey, yay, Philip. How you doing this morning, sir? Glad to see you. An update on my grandpa from Grand Christian Illusion Show, Jake Lindsay. He's being released today with 24 care, and he has to redo his entire house so his walker can fit. Well, he's being released, man. And statistically, it's been proven that people do heal faster when they are at home under familiar surroundings. Because that's why there is such a rush to get patients in and out of the hospital, because they know they do better at home. But that's good news. Thank you for sharing that with us, Jake. We were concerned. And good morning, Joe Dog McKeel, who will be my host this coming weekend. Looking forward to seeing you, sir. Really looking forward. And Sarah says, I'm later than usual, preparing for Midgard to be open later this afternoon, and got absorbed into it. Ooh, that sounds like a horror story. I'm absorbed into my comic shop. I cannot escape. Anyway, Sarah, glad to see you here. Good morning, Dara. And you're right on time, Sarah, says Donna Carlene. And yeah, good to hear, Joe. And everyone's saying hello to each other. And there's the Historical Fencing Guild on every Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, a happy part of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. And good morning, all. There are so many great things going on. And wrapping up Brian Robin's Memoirs of an Angel, the BKM 1100 quest. I am excited. Well, I'm kind of pulling out of the race. I have not checked my totals this morning, and I probably do not want to. I probably do not want to. Let's see what the disappointment is this morning. Yeah, because we were at 830 2 days ago, and then we went to 745 yesterday. And we got 2 more subscribers. Thank you very much to the 2 who subscribed since last night. I thought that was too good to be true, to be honest with you. And I did set my goals a little bit ambitiously, but if you don't set ambitious goals, if you do have set ambitious goals, you're sometimes in the danger of achieving them. And I'm a little frankly, I am disappointed that we didn't make it. And it does not look good. And I hate to be, and I'm always telling you guys to be optimistic, but I have to admit, realistically speaking, I don't see how we will make the 1100 in 4 days. We would have to have literally 100 people every day subscribing. I'd be astonished if we kept up. But what I think happened was, I know that YouTube polices itself periodically. And when they find bots, they get rid of them. And that's who was subscribing to my channel. I've been open about that from the start, that they were bots. I think they were Russian, because I kept getting noticed that, Andrei Okolenko has just subscribed to you. And I'm like, thank you for tuning in, comrades. But anyway, it was nice while it lasted. And, I did. There was a part of me that hoped that it would happen. I did have a BK minute recently about tempering your expectations. I should follow my own advice, right? Anyway, that's the way it goes. So we'll try again. We will not stop trying to get monetized, because, like I said, we wanted to filter it down to the broadcasters. And if we could build it to the point, it'd start out with like little bonuses like gift cards and, here's a thing for Best Buy, go get some to improve your show if you think you need it. Or here's, like sending Ted and Carl and Donna some coupons for, some gift certificates for cigar places, things like that. But, it's just the way it happens. Okay. Anyway, and here's some good Halloween trivia. It says Joe Dog McKeel, in the movie Rocky Horror Picture Show, Brad and Janet were driving down the road listening to the resignation speech of President Nixon. I forgot that. Well, here's trivia. In Superman the movie from 1978, I believe it was, when towards about 2/3 of the way through the film, when Lois Lane is pulling away from that gas station, has her radio on, the song on her radio is "Give a Little Bit" by Super Tramp. So anyway, and here he is, the star, one of the stars of last night's Dastardly Dingoes extravaganza, the one, the only Brian Rodman. Good morning, my fellow Brian and Nevermorian. As well as a mild setback occurred twice last night on the Memoirs campaign. Our amazing backers came through and upped their pledges to overcome the 2 higher tier backers who canceled their pledges. I have some amazing friends. So thankful for Eric Hawkins, Kim Cox, Ted Davies, and Corey Greco, who upped their pledges to help us get back on track. That is super news, man. That is super. Yeah, we've got a lot of things happening right now. And let's see. I want to check on your campaign, young man. Well, first of all, let's see where Grim 101 is, because it's first in my queue here. And with 18 days to go, Ted Davies' great campaign for the second book of Grim 101. They are at $1,770 out of their $2,500 goal, and they have 33 backers with 18 days to go. They are on target. Glad to see. Excuse me. And Memoirs of an Angel, with 4 days to go. It's going to end on Halloween night. Oh, they are back up at $3,046 with 100 backers. And if you haven't backed that project, please, please, please consider doing so. That is great, great news, Brian. So happy for you. And happy for me, because I'll get to read that thing. And like I said, Memoirs of the Morbid is also with 4 days to go, too. They're about $509 shy of their goal. I have a story in there. So please consider pledging to that if you would, because it's awesome. Anyway, that's good news. And see, the community's rising up to help one of our own. Thank you, Brian. That was great. And Jake Lindsay says, from what I was told, heart medication he was taking last week caused the stroke, and he wasn't eating food when he should have. See, self-care is very important, Jake. So don't be afraid to tell your grandpa to start taking care of himself, all right? And no stupid o'clock this week or weekend. Yeah, and Friday's show for us is kind of in the limbo too. We're gonna see where that winds up. We may have a plan for something on, but it'll be pre-recorded. We may do a I tell you what, since I've got you all here, do you have an episode of Clever Title pending you'd like to see again? We could have a special episode, or I could go back into the archives and try to find a past episode if you'd like. Let's see if I can make that work. Anyway, Grant Lanker, good morning all. Had an interesting night last night on Indie Vault. 2 comic book writers I read as a kid showed up. Yeah, I just popped in there for a moment on my way out of the Dastardly Dingoes show, and I saw you had Mike Barron and Hart Fisher. I used to sell Hart Fisher comic books. So anyway, Carl Witzman, first sentence of my next chapter. Sunlight leaked in through the curtains, lighting up one portion of his monitor, but showing exactly how filthy it was. Oh, are we writing from life, Carl? Because that sounds like mine. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I fire up my computer and I fire up my iPad and I think, I should really clean that screen one of these days. And anyway, Mike Barron, who wrote Punisher when I was a kid, and Hart D. Fisher, who was the publisher of Boneyard Press, both showed up. Hart seemed really enthusiastic about Memoirs of the Morbid. Hart's a good guy. He comes off like he may sound a little arrogant at times, but he's really got a good heart. I really like Hart a lot. And I'm glad to see he's been so successful. But anyway, yeah, and Mike Barron, he's one of my favorite writers too. Grant, if you ever get a chance, read if you like science fiction, superhero stuff, read Nexus. It is about a man who is like in charge of this planet. It takes place in the distant future, and he's been given special powers. But the price of having these powers is he is given he is given haunting dreams of mass murderers, and the only way the dreams stop is if he kills them using the powers. It's a great series. Ran for years. First at Capital Comics, then First Comics ran it, the rest of it, and it's been on and off intermittently with Dark Horse Comics. So anyway, if you can, I know it's on Comixology. Almost every issue is on Comixology. Check that out, Grant. I think you'd like it. And good morning, Ace Bonnie. Good morning. What's a pumpkin's favorite genre? Pulp fiction. Oh my God, that's great. And last night's show was great. Sorry I had to rush out of it. I understand, Sarah. Totally understand. You know I do. But yeah, check out last night's Dastardly Dingoes. Brian, Chad, and Jeremy were incredible hosts, and I had a blast on there. It was a lot of fun, and everyone's congratulating Grant, and thanks for posting that photo of our books on Facebook. That's cool. That's cool. And Brian Robin, oh my goodness, last night on the Dastardly Dingoes podcast, we had an amazing crossover event. We had a blast. So head to the Dastardly Dingoes address there and catch the inaugural episode of From the Desk of a Dastardly Spectrum. There we go. And by the way, Members of the Morbid is now 90% of the way funded. Only 4 days to raise 500. We can do it. Yes, exactly. So please check that out. I've got a great story in there, and I'm very proud of it. Claudio Adriano did a superlative job of illustrating that, so I'm so proud of that. And Carl says, the Historical Fencing Guild, you asked about notes. My work area is a gaggle of Post-it notes, scraps, index cards, but Post-it notes are king, and my digital file post, it's our life, okay? Yeah, I got notes all over the damn place, too. And Anthony Bouveau, so good to see you, brother. It was a pleasure meeting you in person at DeadCon a couple weeks ago. That was great. And hi, Brian, everyone. How are you doing? Hope all is well. We are doing well. I'm just a little groggy here and not managing things very well. But other than that, I'm fine. Anyway, hope you're having a great morning, my friend. And we're going to raffle off the original art to one of the pages of Memoirs of the Morbid once we are funded. And Ted Davies Artistry, good morning to you, my friend. And looking forward to the Truthmongers tonight at 7 p.m. with Ted and Glenn B. Fleming. And Glenn is hard at work on the final edits for his Jack Kirby book, I'm glad to say. So that's coming along. Looking forward to seeing that. That'll be funding on Indiegogo. We'll help him with that campaign too. Anyway, it's good to see you, and thank you for helping Brian Rahman in his hour of need. And please don't forget to like before Sarah notices. Oh, she did. She was about to mention that. So yes, please, if you're watching us on YouTube, please give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. We need about 400 more subscribers before Sunday night. Oh, dear God. Anyway, and we will have a 12-hour episode of Nevermind the Furthermore the following Friday. We may have an extended show anyway, just as a celebration for just trying. You should celebrate one's effect. I can't say I'm not disappointed. I really am. But we'll open up the show that morning to some special guests if they want to come on, and we've had a couple disappointments this week, and but we soldier through. We got to do it anyway. But thank you, Carl. Thank you, Sarah. I don't tell you guys how much I appreciate you enough. And surprises at Hell, God, now I am scared. Yeah, Joe Dog, I'll tell you about it. Send me a DM to remind me on Facebook, and I'll tell you all about it. But Damien is a toy maker. I'll leave it at that. And Ted Davies Artistry says, see you tonight on Truthmongers at 7 p.m. Eastern. Area 51 is the topic. After that, I'm being interviewed on Creators Outlet tonight at 9 p.m. Find out more about Grimm 101 Book 2 campaign. Yes, the campaign has started for Ted. And he was on Nevermind the Furthermore on Monday, so please check that episode out, because Ted's always fun. He really is. And Drinking with the Davies will be on Friday night at 7 p.m., I believe. And Friday night, also, don't forget to stay once you're done imbibing, and when you're on your 15th version of whatever Ted and Chrissy Davies recommend for you, they go over to the Historical Fencing Guild on YouTube and give that show a watch. Nick Tucker, high energy, high education, a lot of fun. You will enjoy it. And you do know surprise things need to be approved by the HoloCon chairman. I cleared it with the guest of honor. It's one of those things that's going to happen anyway, so it might as well happen there. You'll be happy. Actually, it's a good surprise. So anyway, and you are less than $800 away from your goal. And evil voice, who knows what might happen at HoloCon? I don't, and I am clenching in gleeful anticipation. And Brian Rahman, this morning when I walked outside, I was pleasantly surprised to feel the cold, crisp air hit my lungs. That's right, it was in the 30s. What a wonderful treat for this heat-induced severe asthmatic. I was certainly a happy Brian. Well, and I didn't step out at all yet, so I'm happy so far. Now I got to go out afterwards and pick up my comic books for the day because I got to read them before we do the show tomorrow night. Although according to the website that Eric recommended, I only have 2 comics, and they're my 2 least favorite comics. So we may be having to call the tower tomorrow night because I think one of them is going to be tickling the clouds, if you know what I mean. Possibly both of them. We may have a negative Nelly night and take all my frustrations on those comics. And good morning, good sir. Be safe traveling. Ted anniversary. Thank you very much. I appreciate. And I know it was sent to Carl. And I know Ted wishes me well too because I'll have Cookie in the car and he doesn't want anything to happen to her. Anyway, you should definitely back Memoirs of an Angel, but you meant to say back Memoirs of the Morbid. That's what you guys have for having similar names at the same time you're running your Kickstarter. If it has Memoirs in the name, you get it, okay? And please, in all seriousness, both projects are incredible. I love Memoirs of an Angel, and I'm so looking forward to Memoirs of the Morbid. I really am. And now they're advertising against each other. Actually, they're cooperating with each other, but it's like reading from one to the other. And you host a show like this and see how you do. Anyway, there are 4 days left to back issue 8 of Memoirs of an Angel. Join our heroes as they enter into the mind of the demon-possessed Jonathan Young. Their first step on their journey to the Castle of Endless Night is the horrifying labyrinth, where a sinister threat awaits them. It's Lord of the Rings meets The Exorcist, but better. Join the adventure today at that website there, and please pledge generously to that and Memoirs of the Morbid. There are all kinds of great levels that are worthy of your attention, so please check them out. And Google Docs is great for notes between devices. That's true. We've been transferring video, Cookie and myself, through Google Drive. And that's been working pretty well. It's not as fast as just like put it on the stick. Here you go, hun. And it's gonna be fun because we're gonna see if we can actually because our prep time will be cut by the con. We're gonna see if we keep our morning schedule for our BK minutes on Monday. We have to start in December. Anyway, 10 days anniversary. If a cluttered desk means a cluttered mind, what does an empty desk mean? Lee Iacocca. That's true. And Lee Iacocca knows. I read his autobiography back in the day. Lee Iacocca was basically called in to save, I believe it was the Dodge Chrysler organization from bankruptcy. They were on the rocks. I mean, they were about to go the way of the Stutz Bearcat and the Cord in terms of market share. And I remember one thing, and it's kind of held with me, even in my publishing, where he drove there one day and he went in and he bawled out the executives and the workers. He said, listen, I drove in. We're Dodge. We're Chrysler. And I'm going through the parking lot. I'm seeing Fords and Chevrolets and AMCs. Why aren't you loyal to your brand? This whole place should be filled with nothing but our cars. And I think that's a good thing to be aware of. And that's why when I am doing personal appearances, you won't see me wearing a Wolverine t-shirt. You won't see me wearing any sort of branding that's for someone else. Because if I'm going to do anything, I'm going to have a Rising Tide shirt on. If I have one, I do wear my geek shirts because those start conversations. But it's just it doesn't sound true to my brand. But anyway, I need to look at that, Nick. I used to use more digital notes when I was working, but now Yeah, you don't need them anymore, Carl. You just keep it all in your head, right? And digital, I sent myself an email, sent to a special folder, then promptly forget it. Yeah, see, that's what I do. I make notes I dictate notes into my phone, and then I never look at them. I probably got all kinds of great ideas lurking in them. I should probably get into there before I get rid of my phone. And oh no, I hope the late night texting didn't hinder you. Crap. No, Sarah, it wasn't. It was not you. It was me trying to get everything done before we leave for HalloCon. Because and I'm gonna be a little. I will bring the stupid on Friday because Cookie will have to work late. I will have to get. We'll both have to get up early, and then we've got probably one of the longest drives we've ever had for a convention, but it'll be so worth it to see you guys. I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm guest of honor, so I've got to be there. I will get there around 3, Joe. Hope that doesn't inconvenience you. And Donna Carlene says, Jake, make sure his walker is proper for his height and that he's taught to walk inside the walker with a straight back, no hunching. That's excellent advice, Donna. That seriously is. I saw... well, Cookie and I saw someone just this week. We were at a restaurant, and it was. And thank you, Carl, for the comment. And Nathan Day, thank you too for BK minutes this morning. But anyway, we saw a gentleman, and he was. I would say he was probably around 6 feet tall, but his walker looked like it was set up for a man probably about 1.5 feet shorter, because he was hunched over this thing. Now, it could be he had curvature of the spine, and that was just how he could walk at all. But yeah, it's like adjusting a bicycle seat, because you can do more damage to your back if you don't have that walker properly set up. You might also look into something like Lifeline. Also, Jake Lindsay, if you're listening, look into something like Lifeline. It's that old commercial where I've fallen and I can't get up. It's a melodramatic commercial, but it is actually true. I know many people who have injured themselves and been unable to summon help. And if something were to happen, he would need something like that. Hopefully he will not have any more incidents like this, but I'm glad he's back home and just going to need a little bit extra care. Just like Ryan Permisson gives us. Thank you for sharing this, brother. Appreciate you so much. And Teresa Dunn, good morning, Brian. I'm looking for more beta readers to read my 3rd book. I am going to try to edit myself too. Yes, Teresa Dunn is going to teach herself how to put out her own book. Now, before she's been relying on me, but right now I'm so backed up with work, hell of a situation, right? That she's needing to get her book out. She's very impatient, and she would like beta readers to help her with that. So if you would like to help, if you have a taste for poetry, Teresa can use your help. So, and what beta reading is you read the work and you don't care about the creator's feelings. You have to tell them what is right and what is wrong. And Teresa, if you're listening, I will try to find a questionnaire that I use for my books. But, and it's one of those things where if you write back and say, yeah, this is great, that doesn't help her. You have to tell her what was great, so she keeps doing it. And you have to tell her what isn't right. You misspelled this, I didn't understand this line, sort of thing. That helps too, because she's got to rewrite it. And the more she finds of the I don't even want to call them mistakes or errors, but the weaknesses of the work can be shored up with the help of active beta readers. So anyway, good morning, Nevermorians. How are you? Subscribe to that channel, Nerd Culture channel, today for great content. Let's make it a 750. I know we can do it. And to our departing Russian friends, Dostadanya. Yes, Carl Witzman. Dostadanya, friends. Bless your little cyber hearts. I'm disappointed. I can't say I'm not. For a while we were on target to make 1,100 subscribers, and like I said, I was going to farm out some of the. I was going to keep a little of it, but it would all go back into this show, all into the broadcasting. But some of it was going to go to Carl, to Donna, to Ted, to Brian, to Nick, to Joe, and Heather, and everyone else that's and Dan, and everybody who's on the network still. And if I've omitted anyone, I do apologize. But But yeah, it was going to go down to them. Like, one day you may wake up and find, that you have a year's subscription to StreamYard, that sort of thing, the pro level. So that's what I want to build it to. So anyway, because I'm putting a lot of work into this network, more than I thought I would, and it's its continued survival is going to rely on growth. So anyway, in case you missed it, check out our Smallville 20th anniversary celebration on Ryan's channel there. It's good stuff. You definitely want to check it out. And 70% funded on the Grim 101 Book 2 Kickstarter campaign. Thank you for all your ongoing support. Rising Tide. Right on, brother. Right arm. And Ryan Permisson says, in case you missed this too, check out the latest episode of And I Quote with comic book writer Charles Santino. He's fun. Yeah, he's doing the 4th issue of his comic book, and that looked pretty good. I can't afford to back it right now, but anyway. But Ted Davies is riding the tide and rising. That's what I like to hear. Glad it's working. And Rising Tide, kinky. We can only hope. We can only hope, Donna. And in case you missed this too, check out the record-breaking episode of And I Quote with Brian Rodman on his channel too, and check out the fun interview with writer and editor Carl Witzman. I know him. He's awesome. He is. And Fiona is Shrek here? What? And do you want a pretty wall calendar on your wall for 2022? Go check out Kara Nicole's cosplay calendar on Kickstarter. Definitely check that out. Kara is wonderful. I talked to her just the other day, in fact. And we may have a lot of you love her, and I'm at the head of that line. And she's going to be coming on one of the morning shows one of these times soon. So anyway, and Rising Tide. Oh, is that what he had? Or did I correct that in my head? Anyway, I got to go back and look now. So anyway, TIED. Oh my God, what a naughty problem. And Brian Robin says a lot of people buy subscriptions. The problem with that is they're fake. Slow and steady is real and better. It brings better rewards in my experience. Keep your head up, Brian. You're making a huge difference in so many lives. I hope so. I do. I'm so thankful for your friendship and your wisdom. You're a bright light in this dark world. You are too, Brian. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you so much. I do appreciate that. Yeah, I'm trying. It's stiff upper lip right now. I'm very disappointed. I've had a couple disappointments with the network this week, and it's kind of like a 1-2 blow. I don't want another one this week. Please, fate, leave me alone. And awesome, Rodman. That's #Rising Tide. Thank you, Sarah. Love you, honey. And if you want to be a guest on Anti Quote, says Ryan Permisson, we are live Saturdays at noon Eastern, but if we need to pre-record, we can do that. We have friendly conversation and promote your projects. So check that out. All right. Oh, and Sage Ivy, how are you doing? So good to see you at DeadCon. How was Dark History? Please let me know. Good to see you and Brian. Hope you guys are doing well this morning. Good morning, Sage. And Joe Dog McKeel, I have not yet begun to sleep. Unknown, probably from several attendees at HoloCon this coming weekend. Joe, you just give me a schedule. I will do my best to be there. If I get a handler, I will consider it gravy, but I've got Cookie and she'll get my butt to where it needs to be. And I will be as low maintenance as possible. You'll be surprised how low maintenance a guest I am. You just kind of give me the schedule and point me in the right direction. I'm off to the races. And Eric Hawkins says, morning, folks. Eric, it was great having you on the show last night with the Dastardly Dingos. You are a blast. You really are. And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow night on Comic Book Spectrum. It's a lot of fun. Please check it out. Even if you don't like comics, I think you'll like the interaction. And maybe the clever title pending with that jerk from HalloCon. It could. Well, no, for replay. No, I don't know any jerks. Oh God, no. Bobby Nash was wonderful. And by the way, Bobby Nash is going to make an appearance at HalloCon too. It's a surprise for me, so don't tell me. And Joe's bristling right now. What was going to happen? I think I can tell the story, Joe. I hope I can. I hope I'm not revealing anything too bad. But anyway, Bobby Nash lives a distance from Dalton, Georgia. And I was saying, really, we're that close to each other. It's a shame we can't meet in person. Well, Joe Dog arranged it, but he was going to make it a surprise for me and watch me have a coronary there. And Bobby blew the surprise. He said, "Hey, Brian, looking forward to seeing you at HoloCon." So Joe Dog, that's just like, I've told this story before, but I have a good friend when we were back in Champaign. his wife was planning his 40th birthday, I believe it was. And we all knew about it, and we were under strict secrecy orders. She wanted this to come off flawlessly. She put so much hard work into it. And then, like about 2 days before our friend's birthday, we're visiting them, and the phone rings. My friend picks up the phone, and it's his brother-in-law calling. Say, "Hey, Dave, what time does your surprise birthday start? Your surprise birthday celebration start?" And he started laughing so hard, I thought his pacemaker was gonna explode. And and his wife was screaming all manner of obscenities. I'd have refereed, but I was laughing too hard. It was just absolutely glorious. And to my friend, this was almost as good as the surprise, if not better than the surprise. So it's all good, Joe Dog. The weekend is going to be flawless because Joe Dog's put a hell of a lot of work into HalloCon. Please come see us. All right. I would love to see you guys. All right. And I'd love to see Seth DeMoose and Dan Doherty's Clever Title pending episode on Friday. That was a good one. That was a fun episode. I will see if I can manage to get it onto the rerun here. That's a good. And Eric, good morning, good sir, from Ted Davies Artistry and Clever Title Pending Idea. Have Bobby Nash as a guest because he has so many upcoming projects that are very exciting. Maybe you can fill an hour or 6. If we have a guest list that if we by some miracle were to get 400 more subscribers, actually about 350 ish subscribers to the YouTube channel, Bobby said he'd be on, so Bobby would be one of them. But it's just it sometimes happens, and I should be more sanguine about it. But you work hard, and just like you guys do with your promotions. And I know that it's stressful doing this. Any sort of fundraising or any attempt to do what you do better. And I guess I'm so used to helping others. I don't want to make it sound like I'm all that. Please, God, don't let me sound like that. But because I hate people that beat their chests and are like, look how much I do, look how awesome I am, and it makes me queasy, and I never want to be that person. But we try to work for others because that's the way. And sometimes when we meet those roadblocks, and I hurt when other people don't get their projects off the ground, when they don't make their goals. And now I'm experiencing it. I'm on the receiving end for once. And it's humbling. It is truly humbling. And I'm going to be real humble. Probably till I get to HoloCon, then I'll be obnoxious again. Anyway, it's the Eric Hawkins, Accept No Substitutes. And yep, the Halloween episode of Ron Fitzgerald. Of course I want to see that one again. Oh my God, yeah. Where you see the best example of Brian K. Morris cosplay on there. Oh my God, I still laugh when I think of that show. And Ron and I did talk about that, and he says he still has my sideburns up on his refrigerator. And let's see, Cindy Kemp episode of Clever Title Pending. She is awesome. She really is. She is an amazing lady. She is so fantastic. And I hope y'all read her latest newsletter. As always, that was fantastic. And since we'll be on the road, do as you please, Brian. Well, you can watch on your phones like the cool kids do, I hear. And Damian Waldron, good morning to you, my friend. Hey, everyone, share this to get me game over the top before Halloween. And he's got me a tiny URL. Oh, thank you. Most men aren't real happy to talk about their tiny URLs, but I have no shame in mine. It still does what it's supposed to do. Anyway, thank you, Damien. And Damien and I will have a surprise, hopefully have a surprise at HoloCon, but we'll definitely have a surprise down the road because I think I should announce this here. Damien and I will be working on some comic book work together. Damien will be drawing some scripts I've got, hopefully plural. Hopefully, the one I send him won't drive him nuts. But and I gotta say, Damien, you get a lot of stage directions in there because I'm used to writing now for people that have no clue about how to draw comics, and it's kind of carried over. Not with current company, but I used to work for. I've done several stories with somebody who, let's just say that. Their professionalism was lacking in some cases. Like one person who thought he had a better idea, so he wanted to completely rewrite my script at the end. And I said, you can do that and then take all my name off of everything else I've left for you. And I explained why it was an incredible insult. And also, the fact is, if you go in collaborating, that's one thing. And I want this between me and Damien to be a collaboration. So if he has suggestions, I do want to hear them and we can fix it. But, when you're working for a third party and they say, we want to make changes, that should be done with the cooperation of the writer. Grant Lankard was terrific because he included me in the process when he and his assistant had issues with some of the things in my script. And you're always going to have issues no matter what level you're at, level of expertise. And, sometimes the writer should okay, they're paying for it. Yeah, that's fine. And I can make it work and that will work for me. But there were times when I dug in my heels and said, no, this is why I think that we need to do it my way. And here's the way. But I think between Grant and myself and our other editor, I apologize for not remembering his name. I think it's gonna be a terrific read. I really do, and so that's why you should back Memoirs of the Morbid, currently funding on Kickstarter. 4 more days, and he's one of us, folks. So please, please, please check out the project, check out his video, and subscribe. Or rather, please pledge generously because it's going to be a fantastic book. Great variant covers, great stories inside. I'm looking forward to seeing it. And I'm looking forward to seeing what Damien hopefully gets it done before the weekend, but it's all good. Anyway, going as Marty McFly for Halloween Comic Fest at my local comic shop this weekend. Pictures coming soon. Looking forward to it, my man. Looking forward to it. Please post those. Eric Hawkins, I think Monster Hunt 2 is still funding on Indiegogo, has Nexus, Bigfoot Bill, and Lone Star, Mike Miller, Doug Tenaple, and Mike Barron. Ooh, Eric, I wouldn't mind a link to that. I think I pledged for something like that for ages ago, and I never received it. So I can't remember if they didn't get their funding or what. But anyway, yeah, that sounds interesting. Sarah, going to look for trade paperback 1 of the Immortal Hulk today. Also going to see if Midgard can order the books I've been waiting for from a different distributor. They've been on back order for 5 weeks now. Sarah, what you can do, and most comic shops won't mind, is you can cancel your order, and they in turn can cancel their orders, hopefully. And excuse me, and then you could order it from someplace like Amazon. Okay, and there are other comic vendors I can, we'll talk, and I can recommend some reliable ones for you. But yeah, for those who don't know, the Immortal Hulk, it's nearing its 50th issue, at which point it will end. But it's excellent. It is Al Ewing, a British writer named Al Ewing, who's written Judge Dredd and several other wonderful books. They shifted the emphasis from superheroics to horror. And the premise is that you can kill Bruce Banner at day, but the Hulk will rise at night. And it now infects the rest of the Hulk family. And, it's been a really, really fascinating read. If you like Joe Hill, you'll love the Immortal Hulk. It is really, really clever, really innovative, and a lot of fun in a dark, sticky sort of way. But anyway, yeah, we will talk about that, Sarah. And check out BobbyNash.com for all the latest news and books. Fresh Snow is coming. Yeah. Brand new volume of the Snow Shorts will be put in paperback form. And Ryan, you'll get to read me at last because I'm in book 2. And hey there, friends and foes. Good morning, Multiverse. And John B. Pica will be at HoloCon with us. Looking forward to that. And I will be on Back of the Cereal Box Saturday morning. Do I have to bring my own cereal, John? I don't know. And we also check out johnpica.com for all this amazing man does. And just had a comment dump. And last night, the Dastardly Dingoes found out the comment dumps are real. And about the YouTube numbers, just remember the long game. Carl, I'm trying to keep that in mind. But it's a minor disappointment. It doesn't mean the sun will not shine as brightly today as it would otherwise. It's just disappointing, after all. And it's not like I'm starting back at 0. I did get more subscribers, and I'm grateful to everyone who has. But it's just Phooey. It's just my problem. Okay, my mental problem. And this Saturday, BKM will be the guest host on Holy crap. On Back of the Cereal Box Live from HoloCon. Subscribe to the Back of the Cereal Box channel so you don't miss it. Do I have to bring my own? I need my own cereal, maybe. I would just bring a bag and eat it dry. Anyway, the Scott Cracker says, I'm just saying don't lose hope that there's going to be a bunch of people at HoloCon who don't know of the rising tide yet. Are they braced for a skunk? That's the question. And you can still hit that number between now and then, just saying it would be nice. It would be possible. That'd be cool. And thank you, Carl. Carl, thank you guys, really seriously. And it's not going to stop me. It's just a slowdown. It's a setback. And like I said, in all honesty, my goal was not specifically for myself on this, aside from ego, maybe. But it just puts off what I want to do for the network, and I'd like it to happen sooner than later, And I thought they were RT folks were famous skunk. Probably both. Yeah, and Joe Dog and Skunk, and you guys would benefit from it too. And if you ever work with JB Weld and have an assistant, make sure they don't mix the caps up. End result is a trip to the store to get more. And you have 2 nearly full tubes, you can't get the cap off. Okay. Have an assistant. Make sure they don't mix the caps up. Okay. I'm going to have to get some context for that, Joe Dog. Oh, that's what? Did I miss a comment? Did StreamYard not give me a comment? Anyway, I had the Memoirs title for 6 years, says Brian Rodman, just saying. There's plenty of room for Memoirs books at the table. People will just get as confused and buy both. I like that idea. We both win, Grant. Yeah, this is it. Well, I'll be starting my brand new book, Memoirs of the Memoirs. A memoir about memoirs, and that'll be my new horror romance book. Anyway, Sage Ivy says, love Google Doc for all my notes and classes on there. Yeah, and Sage does a lot of stuff. Sage, if you want to put a link to some of the cool things you do, and I stumbled on Erica's blog yesterday too. Love that girl. Love you. Good to see you again. It was so good to see you last weekend. Or a couple weekends ago. It really made me happy. It was a good time. It was a good time. And Joe Dog McKeel says, okay, for HoloCon, the weather isn't going to be as good as we hope for. Expect highs in the mid-50s, lows around 50. And rain, 55% chance or more Friday and Saturday. Pack accordingly. We have all of our stuff if I had to approach these guys and see if they'll sponsor the show, along with Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you, because it matters to your readers. But I had to approach the Rigid Corporation and see if they do sponsorships for shows. Because we have only, used to be, we would have the nice thing about the Rigid cases is that they are stackable and customizable. So you can take the plastic things out and get a little more room in there if you need it, or you can rearrange the levels. And we have one main, anyway, we went back and bought a second set. Because we would get like the one Rigid set we had, which was like a base with a cart apparatus on it, and then a second one without the cart that you could just put on and hook onto the second. But we went back and not only got the third level, which carries all of our supplies, but we went back and got another set of the cart and the carry-all. So we have one unit that carries our show stock. We have another one. We have another one that carries our overstock. And then we have our easels and tablecloths in another. Another one has our comic books. And the last unit has like our pens and bags and other things, shopping bags and other things we need to make the weekend work. And the thing is, if we're going to a show where we know we won't bother setting out comics, we can leave that section at home. The nice thing is that, it's customizable. And the only things I should say we are carrying outside of that will be the, Cookie will be bringing her fezzes with her. Now, this is one we were going to use as a giveaway during the show, during the 12-hour, Nevermind the Furthermore. But she's made about 3 fezzes, different designs, but with the cool stuff attached. And if you want a steampunk fez from Cookie, come see us at HowlCon. They're $25 a piece. She also has little boxes that she has adapted, Tic Tac boxes that she has adapted, that you can put like memory sticks in and other things you want to keep, pocket change, all kinds of cool things. And we will have that at our table as well. So support Cookie. Hashtag support Cookie. So yeah, so our stuff will be except for one box and one rack that we'll use. We're pretty well set up, and everything will be dry and safe. So we'll get there and we'll check in. We'll figure out what's going on, Joe Dog, and we can give you progress reports as we travel too, if you would like. Well, we could set that up in the next day or two. What do you need from me to make it easier on you? Okay. And Historical Fencing Guild says maybe you need a Santa sign tattoo, Brian. Here's the thing. I have the one tattoo, Nick. Thank you for mentioning this. I have one tattoo of Superman. I've had this for about 15 years or more. I got it a long time ago. But what I have a plan for is that when I reach a certain sales level on my books, whether I'm in an anthology or it's one of my own publications, that I will get another Superman shield tattoo, because there are different versions. There's the Superman red, Superman blue, the electric ones from the 2000 aughts. There are different artists. Like a Wayne Boring Superman shield is different from a Kurt Swan's. This is kind of a Kurt Swan Superman shield, but Wayne Boring had a distinctive one. So did Jim Mooney when he drew Supergirl and Superman. So did Dick Sprang. So did et cetera, Al Plastino, whoever. And so we want to get those. Plus there's the Christopher Reeve emblem, which is slightly different from all of those. There is the Kingdom Come Superman, the New 52 Superman, et cetera, and then we're going to get a sleeve made around them, which will be like the Superman belt around here, like a wristwatch, and then flowing from the belt loops will be the cape around all those symbols. That's a long-term project. So anyway, my mother wouldn't use Lifeline, so we got her Samsung's version of Jitterbug and wore the phone on a lanyard around her neck, whatever works. Donna Carlene, that is a super idea. There are other ways to do it, but Jake Lindsay, if you're still listening, look into those, check with your physician on what will work best. Hi, honey. Feeling good? Honey, okay? Okay. You didn't say nothing, so I thought maybe something was wrong.
Well, no, I was going to let you keep talking.
Oh, no.
Not to me, but to your...
I don't talk. Everyone understands. Cookie's right there. Hi, Cookie. Okay, and Cookie will be with us at HalloCon. Come see the forearm attached to the wrist. Okay? Love you, honey. Anyway, see us coo over each other all weekend. Come to HalloCon. Go to hallocon.com for more details. And I'll be getting to you before long, Teresa. There we go. And Sage, I'd be happy to be to read for anyone. I am. Teresa, hope you're listening. It's a book of poetry, Sage. I think you'd be awesome at it. And you are a good writer. So anyway, talent runs in your family. And you are amazing, Brian. Thank you for your spectacular friendship. Sarah, thank you for yours, darling. I appreciate that, hon. I love you. All right. And Joe Dog McKeel, just remember, when you try something crazy out in public, it'll either be epic or on YouTube. Most likely both. I'm anticipating I may pick up a subscriber to just leave links for the Rising Tide broadcasting page here. So, and Adrian Johnson, good to see you. Morning, Brian and friends. Good to see you, Adrian. Hope your morning's going well. And Dark History was great. Happy with the turnout. Cool. That is good to hear. Hope to come back one day. And Damien Waldron says, I can always set up an online feed from HalloCon if anyone would be interested. That would be fun. And then we could do a green room then, Damien says, Donna Carlene. And good morning to you, Damien. Sounds great, Donna. Anyone else in? Probably. Although I've got a thing at 10 o'clock on Friday night, I think. But anyway, we'll get me out before then. And looks at strange word that's with morning. Hey there, Damien. It's a thing many people experience, and Donna, you may have little frame of reference, but I'm sure you're having one. And I always assume it's a good morning until proven otherwise. Yeah, you got to start the day off positively to brace for the withering disappointments that ensue. But no, seriously, it's not been a bad morning. And oh crap, says Joe Dog McKeel, in 24 hours I head to HalloCon. If it ain't done by then, odds are it ain't getting done. This is going to go over like a fart in church on a wooden pew, but I am trying. Stop typing, everyone. Oh, don't you dare say that, Joe Dog. You're evil. You're evil. You know what happened last time somebody said that on here? Cookie won't get fed. Anyway, laughing about the sideburns to Sarah. Yeah. Ron told me at a couple weekends ago he still has the sideburns on the side of his refrigerator. It was such a great show. Anyway, that's cool, Damien. I love you in spite of that, but I'm a night person. Morning is surprising to me. Donna, I'm nocturnal too. I always love creating at night, and in fact, our mental rhythms. I've been studying my own a lot in the last couple of years, and I find that I can write any hour of the day, but there's something about 7 o'clock to 2 o'clock at night that my synapses just fire, and I just write like a SOB at that time. The words come and they flow and they attach nicely to each other. I can do it during the day. And it's one of those things where when I was younger, there was an old Jughead cartoon that summed me up pretty well at the time. That Archie asks Jughead, "Do you realize you waste 1/3 of your life by sleeping?" And Jughead said, "Do you realize you waste 2/3 of your life staying awake?" And back in those days, if I could sleep for 12 hours, I would do it. But I was also staying up for 72 at a time. There's a thing that comes with that. It's called heart failure. But if I could get along without sleep, I would do it because I've just got so much I want to get done, and it's one of those things where it sounds morbid, and it is. I've got more heartbeats behind me than ahead, and I want to get this stuff done just in case. And morning, Brian. Good morning to you from Desolate Small Press Publisher, who was awesome last night on the Dastardly Dingo Show. And Joe D. McPhee will be showing up tomorrow night on the Comic Book Spectrum Show, and he will be amazing as always. And if only there was a way to start a Rising Tide Comics publishing company, well, there is one. It's got one comic out so far. But let's just say, and I haven't even mentioned this to Damien yet. Damien's going, what? Anyway, there could be a home for the story Damien and I are doing, but if not, it will come out under Rising Tide, probably. Surprises me? You? Oh, not us, Damien. Certainly not us. And Donna, surprising to me. Eric Hawkins, used to writing for people who don't know how to draw comics. Haven't I done most of the drawing for you? Yes. And the thing is, it's for some, just some of the ones who have worked with me who, for that one company, Eric, up north, directly north of you, that one company where somebody get the script and English wasn't even in their top 5 languages, and then I'm expected to rewrite my part because the publisher won't pay for a redraw, and I see that my internet signal has just gone wonky, and I apologize to everyone for that. But the sound should still be good. So just close your eyes and imagine it's old time radio. But yeah, no, you are flawless, sir. And I probably don't say this enough to you, but I will say that Eric and I work like a well-oiled machine. We're both greasy. And when I give Eric directions, I know that I can write that script and not have to worry that I can do a less detailed script for him. But I've just gotten so defensive about other artists that I've worked with. Claudio Adriano is another one that he gets me and takes what I do and not just runs to the goalpost, but carries it out to the parking lot and the street. You do the same. If you want to see a good example of this, get Zombie for World of Oz #2, where I write the backup story in there of Dorothy Gale. And when I write, I have how it should look in my mind, and you try to write for an artist's strengths. So my Claudio scripts will be a little different from my Eric scripts. But I know I don't have to put as much detail into the descriptions because I know Eric has got a strong visual storytelling sense. And his design instincts are flawless. So yeah, if you want to see a good example of us working there, get that book. I don't think it's available on Indiegogo anymore, but you can contact Stone Door Studios, and Eric might have one laying about the house. You never know. It's a good story. And Damian Waldron, I'm excited to collaborate. That script is great. Thank you. And I love direction when making comics. Never mind. We could talk about that at HoloCon. Yeah, what happens at HoloCon goes on the internet. Anyway, there's your advertising slogan, Joe Dog. Glad to help. But no, I wrote that again after having read your comic work, and I thank you for it. It's like I've got to do something very design heavy. And so and you having never worked with me before, I had specific ideas on how to rearrange some things that I hope you like. But Damien, like I said, if you have better ideas, please let me have them. And that story could wind up being a graphic novel one of these days. Never part of a graphic novel. But remind me later. Remind me this weekend, Damien. I'll tell you that story did have a place it could go, and could go still. Anyway, Amy Hale is with us. Mwah, darling. Glad to see you. Amy Hale is an amazing author. She's wonderful. And I love you, Amy. I hope you're having a great morning. And I have cereal for you and everyone. Thank you, John. You take such good care of me. God knows I need it. You're wonderful. Sage Ivy says, I need more horror comics. What are your favorites? Oh, wow. That's a great question. I'd love some suggestions from you guys. I suggest, and some of these are in trade paperback form, Sage, so they'll be easy to find and order from like a Walden, or not Walden Books, boy am I living in the past, from Barnes & Noble or Books A Million or Amazon. One is called Lock and Key, L-O-C-K-E, and Key, by a man named Joe Hill. I forget the artist's name, but he's fantastic. Joe Hill has quite the pedigree. He took on a different name because he didn't want to be getting gigs. He wanted to get gigs under his own talent rather than relying on the last name of his famous father, Stephen King. So he comes by this talent, honestly. Lock and Key is brilliant. In fact, I'd recommend almost anything by Joe Hill. Horror. Also, if you want something with a superhero twist, I would say the Immortal Hulk. And like I said, the premise is Bruce Banner can die during the day in all kinds of ways, but at night the Hulk will rise again. And it's a very intelligent title. A lot of good stuff and really weird, creepy things happening in there. I would also recommend Memoirs of the Morbid from Grant Lankard, available on Kickstarter right now. And I say that in all seriousness because I've got a story in there, and it's good material. And you'd also probably like Zombie Full World of Oz by Eric S. Hawkins. It's not specifically horror, but it is zombies and the Land of Oz. Very, very marvelously done. Really. But anyway, your suggestions, people, I would love to see them. And good morning to Cindy Kemp. Interesting character. Good morning, interesting characters. What, nothing for me, Cindy? What the hell? Anyway, Cindy, mwah, love you, darn. CKOEPP.com. She is wonderful. And JB Weld is an epoxy, very strong stuff akin to a metal. If you miss it, oh, yes. Okay, I know that stuff is now. If you mix the caps up between the two substances, they'll solidify into a lead-like mass that prevents you from opening the cap. That's right. I haven't used that. I've used stuff like it, and it's one of those things where you have to have your project laid out in front of you, and everything better be ready, because it's a binary epoxy, and once those two things combine, seriously, it's like wood glue in a way, because wood glue is actually stronger than the wood itself. And you've got a better chance of breaking the wood around it than you do the seal. Which, speaking of which, I've got to get the battery on my iPad changed soon. It's giving me some difficulties. But I've been watching videos on how to change the batteries, and you basically have to take everything out. You have to completely disassemble it. Then you pull out the battery, and then you put everything back in, which is kind of a bass-ackward way to do it. We're just going to take it to bed. We're going to take it to Geek Squad and say, here. So anyway, that was quite interesting. But one of the things they have to do is you have to soften the glue that holds the screen to the unit itself, and it's been interesting seeing ways that people do that, and it's something that I'm pretty good at those type of repairs. But I watched it. I watched a few videos on it yesterday, and I'm like, I'm taking it to a pro. Period. I'm not. I'm not going to risk doing it myself. And Brian Rahman says, Sage, Memoirs of an Angel on Kickstarter is great. It really is. Also, Memoirs of the Morbid and Grim 101 are great spooky picks on Kickstarter as well. Yeah, definitely check those out. I can send you links. DM me, Sage, and I will get you those links. And I'm assuming that happened to Joe Dog recently, and he just wanted to warn everyone about that. Oh, dear. Oh, Skunk, thank you for that. That's always a good PSA on here. And Historical Fencing Guild says, JB Weld is a two-part epoxy that is the next evolution of the duct tape super glue. JB Weld, if it moves and shouldn't solutions. Oh dear. Oh, and I can just see the medical applications using, like the way they use, some physicians use super glue to hold a wound together. So Cindy Cap says, a couple of announcements. First, Animal Eye now has an audiobook narrator. Waves at Skunk Rocker. Wonderful. Oh my God, that's awesome. Watch for it in the spring. Yay, Skunk. Yay, Cindy. Marriage made in heaven here. Oh my God, what a voice he's got. And Sage Ivy says, Facebook/Tinker Goddess, not much on there right now because of the convention season, but it'll be back up soon. And I'm always open to doing readings. Most excellent, darling. Most excellent. And Donna Carleen, nothing will replace duct tape for this old farmer's daughter, Nick. Hey, it's served us well since World War II. It will continue to serve in the future. And Damian R. Waldron finished reconfiguring my webpage to Cindy Cap. Ooh, do go check out the greatly new and greatly improved CKOEPV.com. Well, isn't he great? Isn't he terrific? I mean, I know from experience because he did some wondrous things to risingtide.pub page. Please check out both of our pages, CKOEPP.com and risingtide.pub. And if you need a redo on your website, contact Damian Waldron because he's wonderful. All right, or nothing either. Sheesh, I know. And Damian Waldron, hey, did that model work for you? As that's from a small press publisher. And I was meaning clothing packing for wet and cool days and nights. Oh, well, we probably, I don't know, we're going to even leave the building if we can help it. Except to get food. Maybe. No, you guys are going, from what I'm hearing, I don't need food. But anyway, as long as we got plenty of coffee, we're good. But no, we promise we will pack and dress accordingly. So, but thank you, Joe Dog. I do appreciate that. And then go check out studiohubris.wixsite.com/studiohubris5 to hire Damien for more webpage mutation and other fun stuff. He is a great mutator. He really is. And a Superman. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Cindy. Check me out on Smash Words. And hi, Cookie. And time for a naughty word from Cookie. Oh, don't you encourage her, Carl. It's enough out of you, young man. And hi, Cookie hugs. And books you need this winter. Definitely. Gone are the days when you had to go out and hunt down your books, barefoot in the snow uphill both ways. You can get them from Amazon, from me. And we're starting serious finalization on the terrors. And Cindy, I will announce everyone, Cindy has been such a great supporter and encourager of that work that Cindy's going to get to name the first character. Okay? So be thinking about them. I'm going to be making a list of the characters that need names. We might not need to name the mayor because I did find, I'm reading, I researched the terror long ago, and then I went back and found out the mayor of the city does have a name. But I don't know that he has a first one. But anyway, we've got about 4 or 5 characters, I think, that basically have alphabetic names like XX or YY, that sort of ZZ. And I've got to make a list of them, and Cindy will get her choice of as our Patreon super user. She will get her choice of getting to name one of them. All right. So anyway, just letting you know. And Donna Carleen, always prepared, Joe Dog. Just kind of bummed if there's rain and no cigar smoke. And so no cigar smoking. Maybe they've got an overhang or something you can hang out with. Yeah, you guys need cigars. Definitely. And the reason I mentioned the Santa sign tat was in response to the quote about Dodge employees driving Dodges. Thought maybe appreciating your own IP is something I think you, of all people, forgot. No, actually, I haven't. And actually, I have thought about putting like some of the titles on my other arm, for instance. Santa sign has a unique logo that I would seriously do that. And then we've also got Skyman. I would want that on there, and Volcana, of course. And there's going to be a couple iterations of the thing there. So anyway, though that's a good idea, Nicholas. Thank you. And Scott Crocker, there are enough smokers that go to HoloCon that we have a contingency plan for this. You guys are amazing. I'm so looking forward to it, Skunk. I really am. Hope everyone's looking forward to CBS. I will probably go off the rails since from the desk of Small Press Publisher. Dude, we start out as far away from the train station as it's imaginable. And kudos to Brian Rodman. I got to give Brian some props. Last night he had seven people in his broadcast last night. Brian was running the boards and did a wonderful job of keeping us all online and keeping the conversation going. So kudos to Brian. He was a superb host last night. And of course, we must discuss the mighty Manatee Man, master of marketing. And you can check out Nicholas Anthony Tucker on Amazon too, along with his wife Amanda. They're both great authors. And Nick has some great reference books on weaponry that y'all could use if you write and draw. And Grant Lankard, you are getting a shout out on this week's Back Issue Breakfast Club for your Beowulf series. All right, excellent. Opie is here to hear that. And don't worry, Don, there'll be an area you can go to enjoy your cigar and whiskey, says Skunk Rocker. Beautiful. And Spooky Shows at Night Right. Get that from John B. Pica, either from johnpica.com or especially from amazon.com. And great, Skunk, and I'll be drinking Joe Dog's moonshine, and I'm not sharing. Well, thanks for nothing, Donna. Jeez, what kind of, nothing, not even a sip. I'm asking for cookie. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, Skunk Rock says, I mean, it's fine by me if you want to drink acetone. Go right on ahead. Yeah, as Carl leads her out of the building because she's unable to see for the next 3 days. And City Cap Dastardly Comic Book Spectrum Dingoes. Check that out on YouTube. A great show last night. Thank you, Cindy. And thank you for being there. And Ryan Permison interviews folks. And if you like your folk interviews, check him out on his Nerd Culture channel because he's awesome. And we just had another comment dump. The struggle is real. I'm sorry, let me correct myself there. Denatured alcohol. Are you just go straight for the point, Skunk, and say embalming fluid, okay? And Amazonia from a small desk. And check out from the desk of a Small Press Publisher every Saturday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. It is wonderful. It's a great show. It really is. Joe does a super job on that. And let's see. And Cindy Kibbs says, hire Amy for editing and formatting. Amy Hale also has hung out her shingle as an editor and formatter. Please check her out. She does incredible work. Let her expertise work for you. And Historical Fancy Guild, sleep is a necessary process. I work abusive hours for a long time. Yeah. I think a lot of us have done that. Cookie has to tell me, okay, it's time for you to go to bed. So anyway, Syndicate Warriors everywhere. Check it out. Michaela Jade, she's a great writer. And sorry I'm late to the party trying to finish up my day job BS. This is where you give it the big kiss off. Michaela, I love you, okay? Michaela has announced that she is leaving the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, and in all honesty, we wish her the best of luck. We really do. She's gonna pass us up any minute now. And Michaela, I'm closer to you now. I just lost 90 Russian robot subscribers. So anyway, love you, Michaela. And I do look forward to seeing you this weekend. In Historical Fencing Guild, lack of sleep nearly killed me. Be gentle with yourself. As much as I'll allow. Anyway, Cindy Kip says, how poetic. Check out Teresa Dunn's 2 books of poetry expressions. And that'll be over soon, Michaela. Yes, I expect some whooping and hollering about that too. And Saturday, Halloween Comic and Toy Show at QuadCon Des Moines. Great fun had by all. And if you can't come to HoloCon, definitely go see Cindy Kep. And Cindy and Michaela and I will be at the Indie Author Book Expo at the Valley West Mall, 1551 Valley West Drive in West Des Moines, Iowa on Black Friday and Saturday. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we expect to see y'all there. You have no excuses. And also, I'm an idiot. I have subscribed to another show in December. I will be at Writer's Block at Franklin Park Mall at 5001 Monroe Street, Toledo, Ohio on December 11th. There is something seriously wrong with me. But no, we had that show recommended to me, and if it's good, guys, I'll tell you whether it is or not. Okay, Historical Fencing Guild Friday at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. That's going to happen Friday night, and Nick is awesome as always on his channel. Please check it out. And this weekend, Pops Van Zant does CromCon, and I believe Cindy, you're going to be there, right? I know. I want to say Brian Rodman. Are you going to be somebody? Grant Langer, somebody I know. Well, actually, there'll be a lot of people I know there. And if they're not at HoloCon, they're going to be on CromCon. So please check it out. And Sarnart 76 Revenge Cartoonist, Sarnart, the artwork of Bill Sarn, where everything old is new again. And going back through all the 50-cent comics I got and liked, and I'm having to put little sticky notes on what it was that drew me in. So many titles that ended up confusing spread myself too thin. No, it's central, but you got to check out everything to see what you do like. For all we know, your main jam, Sarah, could be like, I don't know, left-handed, red-headed war comics. I could probably recommend 3 or 4 of them. There actually have been some really good war comics over the years. Stories of heroics, and some that, talk about the futility of war. Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos was classic for that. There's been some good stuff. Sergeant Rock, Enemy Ace is one of the best by Robert Kanigher and Joe Kubert, because it's World War I flying aces, but told through the eyes of a German air pilot. Great stuff. And horror comic Harrow County by Cullen Bunn says back of the cereal box. Eric Hawkins, did you hear that? Cullen Bunn has a horror comic out. Also, Shadowcraft and The Me You Love in the... Oh, yes, I've heard nothing but good things about The Me You Love in the Dark. And also, Something is Killing the Children is another one by James Tynion IV that is... I haven't read it yet, but it's supposed to be really, really good. And horror comics, The Justin Bieber Story by Justin Bieber. Yeah, that's true. Stop it, Jake. Anyway, Cindy Cap, and 15 minutes flies by so fast. Don't forget to tip your host. Thank you, darling. And hashtag bring cookie home. Sign up for Rising Tides newsletter and drop in on Patreon to support a bunch of your favorite artistic sources. Catch up with you later. Cindy, thank you for being here, and thank you for all the plugs. Glad we had the power strip out. Anyway, please check out risingtide.pub, newly rebranded. You will love how useful and beautiful it is. And you can sign up for my free monthly newsletter. Also, go to ckoepp.com to sign up for Cindy's newsletter, and then go to patreon.com/ckoepp.com and check out what Cindy offers on her. She does a lot of works in progress, and man, she's a good writer. She really is. I love my box set and Lock and Key and the wonders of it. It never loses momentum all the way through the end, and it's not completely predictable, which is a huge plus. Yeah, and everything just ties together so well. And, I'm reading a book on writing right now by J. Michael Straczynski, and he talks about you should always have, if at all possible, a villain that is smarter and stronger and more powerful than your protagonist. And Lock and Key does that. And by the last story arc, you are like, these kids are screwed. There's nothing going to stop this bad guy. It's great material. And Zombie World of Oz is mostly steampunk fantasy, kind of horror because of the zombies, but issue 4 is really dark and more horror than the other 3 issues. Eric Hawkins, looking forward to that. And I yearn to read it, Eric. So do I. And Great Cindy and Skunk Rocker. Yeah, that's great. And duct tape is the handyman's secret weapon, since the Historical Fencing Guild. Yeah, if duct tape can't fix it, then it ain't broken. And Great Cindy and Skunk. Yeah, that's super news. Skunk Rocker is doing the audiobook, is narrating the audiobook for Cindy Kep. That is fantastic. I'm so happy to see that. And Webster's redo, updo, or just do. I can do it, no doo-doo. Websites. Excuse me, I read that as Webster's. Excuse me, I thought dictionaries. Anyway, websites, redo, updo, or just do. I can do it, no doo-doo. And really, that's no on his part. Definitely check out Damian Walburn. And if you're not happy with your website, contact him and let him work his magic on you. And from this is Small Press Publisher, Morning Madam Executive Producer, are you going to threaten to fire Brian off his show today? Anyway, no, and don't die, feed Cookie. I'm 1 minute off from that, Carl. Good timing. And Sarah, very good. I have the 3 trade paperbacks of Something is Killing the Children, which also ties in From the House of Slaughter. Slaughter being their last name. Yeah, and that's one of those things where when you find a name you like James Tynion the Fourth. He's done a lot of stuff for DC, and it's not horror, but it's awesome. He did a very, very good run on Detective Comics recently. That's really good. And Batman is one of those characters I love the old stuff. I love the stuff where it's just him and a couple people. Now there's like a Bat Army. You've got not just Batman and Nightwing and Batgirl, which it used to be. Now you've got Red Hood. You've also got Red Robin. You've got Spoiler, who is a former Robin. You've got Clayface that works with him occasionally. Sometimes Huntress. And also the alternate Batgirl. The lady from the 90s. So you've got 10 people now, where he used to be the lone Avenger of the Night. And same with Hulk to a degree. It's only been because of really good writing that I'm still with those titles. But the Hulk used to be just the Hulk. Now Betsy Ross is a Hulk. Thunderbolt Ross is a Hulk. Rick Jones is a Hulk. And then you've got the Leader and the Abomination, and now Sasquatch from Alpha Flight. It's like a freaking army of them. Anyway, oh dear. Grand Christian Illusion Show says, I just found the greatest song ever. It's the Christmas version of Baby Shark. It's called Santa Shark. Oh God. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. There is a store at the Writer's Block I'm going to in Toledo, Ohio. There is a store called Baby Shark. Amy Hale, avert your ears. Jake, you'll have to get that link to Brian so he can share it with Amy Hale. Donna, are you trying to get me killed? Good Lord. I think I pushed the last button that I should with Amy when this was at non-con, not this year, but the year before, when Cookie and I went to the Walmart to pick up some supplies for the day that we'd forgotten at home. And we found a box of Baby Shark macaroni and cheese. And the joy on her face and the murder in her eyes was priceless. I wish I'd taken a picture of it. But it also informed me I better start yanking that particular chain, if you know what I mean. Oh, back in the stereo box, or get a signed copy of Nightrake at HoloCon. Yes, you definitely need that. I have one, and I'm happy. And Historical Fantasy Guild, would a graphic novel and statement page be worth doing? Why not? Why not? It's anything that's worth trying, Nick. And might as well drink Everclear. Yeah, or embalming fluid. Just saves a step. And sad to hear that Michaela's leaving the broadcast network. It is. It really is. But like I said, she's we're holding her back. We probably are. And seriously, Michaela, lots of love and good luck on your last day or days at the day job. And Sarah, I've drank that too. I don't think I've ever had Everclear. When I was at junior college in Danville, a number of my friends were drinking Everclear, and they described it to me, and I'm like, why in the world? Vodka is about the worst I do, or moonshine. So anyway, I just found the greatest drink ever, pumpkin spice root beer. Ooh, that's exciting. And I guess that Skunk Rocker says, I guess that cat is out of the bag. Yeah, if you're talking about Bobby's the one that contacted me. So blame him. But I look forward to meeting Bobby in person. And never put a cat in a bag. That's a pro tip for all. Follow Carl Witzman for more life hacks. And let's see, here we go. We just got another dump here. And back in the Zero Box, huge announcement. John Pica's League of Impossibles comic is officially done. Yes, he got the files back. And yay, I'm so excited. And it may or may not wind up as a review sometime soon. We'll talk about it this weekend, John. And very good. I have the 3. Okay, we read that. And haha, Brian got tricked by a comment dump. I know. I'm usually so good. But that's the danger of comment dumps, in that you have this flow of comments and you click and the list moves and you're clicking on something that may have no context until you read something before. But we got out of that one, Skunk. And no one would have known if you hadn't revealed it. I'd have gone away with it. Word for you, pesky kid. Anyway, have a great day, BKM, and everyone. See you all tonight on the Truth Mongers at 7 p.m. when Ted Davies and Glenn B. Fleming discuss Area 51. I plan to be there. It's going to be a great show. As always, Ted Davies Artistry. Thank you, brother. See you later. Anyway, don't die, Cookie. I'll see you this weekend, bud. Looking forward to it, Skunk. I really am, man. You expect hugs, brother. And goodbye, everyone. Carl Whit. Okay, everyone's signing off. I guess I'll just watch everyone sign off. Goodbye, everyone, says Carl Whitsman. And I send the link on Facebook. Oh, thanks a lot, Jake. Anyway, good morning. Charles Davenport. Charles, haven't talked to you in ages. How you doing? Good morning, everyone. And in the Family Orbit style, happy Halloween. And Glenn Fleming. Brian just made it. Hope you are well. Glenn, I am awesome. I am doing well, and I hope you are the same. Keep an eye on Indiegogo because Glenn B. Fleming's going to have that great Jack Kirby book out. One of the best edited books he's ever put out, probably. Anyway, no, it's seriously, I've read it. It's super, super good. And Glenn, I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of that book, man. It's going to be great. We're going to push that like no tomorrow when it's out. Say, oh, that's enough out of you, Jake. Anyway, when I realized, Sarah says, when I realized how huge the new 52 was after chasing myself down rabbit holes, I returned what I got for something less ginormous and expensive. There were actually some good things in the new 52. But actually the Rebirth the event that followed it was called Rebirth, and that actually was a lot better. There was one, it was a DC Black Label. DC Black Label is for titles, DC characters, but with a more mature slant on them. There is one called I believe it's called White Knight by Sean Gordon Murphy, where the Joker finds an antidote to the chemicals that turned him into the Joker. And so now he's using his intellect to help Batman. And the thing is, the antidote is wearing off. So Joker has to do it quickly before he turns back into the Joker forever. There's also a decent Harley Quinn spinoff from that. And there was a Frank Miller and John Romita Jr. Superman that was pretty good. But there was also one, 3 Jokers plus. The Superman books were fantastic for the next 3 years following, starting with Rebirth. And there was also one called New Superman that was really great. And the Chinese government gets a hold of some of Superman's DNA. It's a long story. And they give it to someone in the hopes that he becomes the new Chinese Superman. And the thing is, what I really love about it is the guy can't access his powers until he gets himself right, and emotionally and spiritually. So as his spirit grows and his intellect grows stronger and more rising tide, shall we say, he unlocks more and more of his powers. And it's a fantastic, fun title. I really loved it. And Glenn, thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Seriously. And excuse me, from the Decimal Small Press Publisher, for old time's sake, T-minus 23 minutes to Time to Feed Cookie, or Time to Feed the executive producer. That's true. That's true. And finally, people are leaving now. I can get my HalloCon prep finished since people have stopped typing. Later, Brian. See you Friday. Joe Dog. Love you, man. And I'm looking forward to, and if there's anything I need to know before then, please let me know. You know how to get a hold of me, and I will stay in contact on Friday morning through Facebook DM. Okay, so if you need anything from me then, Joe, I want to help you make this convention a success, brother. Okay, that's what my job is as your guest. I will say I know a number of people who have been like guests at conventions, and they seem to think that the convention is there for them, but I think I'm there for the convention. If I can provide any sort of quality to it, that's what I do, and that's why I'm going to try to be there. I probably won't be there too much before the show starts on Friday at 3, but I'll be there as fast, and we will set up as fast as we can. We'll set up before we get our room. Let's put it that way. And then what you need me to do, Joe, you just let me know, and we will do what we can to make it happen, okay? And I love the Joker and Harley Quinn. Yeah, and the guy who wrote Something is Killing the Children is currently writing a Joker title for DC. I have not read it yet, but I expect it'll be pretty good. I really like James Tynion and the Force work. So anyway, we are now at the point where we should probably say goodbye so I could get Cookie on the road. Like I said, Friday is in flux. If we can make something happen, we will. Thank you for your suggestions on some clever title pendings. Maybe we'll make 2 or 3 shows. I think I know how I can do it. Anyway, how long is it estimated to get to your destination? Be safe. Sarah, and I will stay in touch, Sarah. You know I will. It's going to be a little over 8 hours for us, probably close to 9, because Cookie and I are going to be leaving. Cookie has to work the night before, so Cookie will probably be sleeping in the car while I'm driving, and we'll stop and get breakfast and probably lunch along the way, and then we'll check in at the with the powers that be, and I'm sure someone will notice me, Joe Dog, so I'm not worried about checking into the con. But we'll get there as soon as we can. I'll probably DM you once I'm there. But Joe Dog, we'll strategize before then. We got 2 days. Sarah, look up the early Top Cow titles. The Volume 1 Witchblade. Oh yeah, Witchblade. No, Tradeback is a great piece. Yeah, that's Witchblade is good. I'll have to think of some stuff. Plus, there's classic stuff from it's not really hardcore horror, but I love the old House of Mystery, Ghosts, House of Secrets, The Witching Hour, books like that. And anyway, Pops Van Zandt, hey, yo, Pops, ran your spot at the start of the show. It's a little late to get it to me. We won't have a live show on Friday. So, but anyway, tag me on that trailer so that it can get onto my page, okay? And whoa, that's longer than it took me to get to Montego Bay, Jamaica. I love Montego Bay. What a great song. And hey, yo, here too. Oh, Pops, thank you for checking in on Facebook and on YouTube. And Morbius the Living Vampire. There's a good trade of that. Oh, also, how could I miss this one? In fact, this is on my list from last night that I was thinking of at the end of the show. You can get this in a black and white collected edition or in an omnibus, Sarah. Tomb of Dracula, the first series. The first series is excellent. It is art and each one is by a guy named Gene Colan, who does dark, moody type stuff. He's drawn Daredevil, Batman, the Avengers. He's drawn just about everything. But this is the book he was born to draw. Seriously. And most of the issues were inked by a guy named Tom Palmer, one of my favorite inkers ever, who colored many of the issues. And the majority of them were written by a guy named, believe it or not, Marv Wolfman, who created the New Teen Titans and has written virtually everyone in the Marvel and DC universes and was an editor-in-chief at Marvel for a year or two. But it's basically a descendant of Dracula is hunting down Dracula. And that was where the first appearance of Blade, the vampire hunter, came in there. But it's great. Most issues were written by Marv Wolfman. Most of them were inked by Tom Palmer. There were a few. Jerry Conway wrote the first couple issues. Then Archie Goodwin wrote a couple. Then Gardner Fox, who's a great author, wrote a couple. Then Marv Wolfman took over. And there have been some inkers like Jack Abel. I think Vince Coletta inked a few. Colin inked himself on the first issue. It's just a really super series, and it has a wonderful, satisfying ending. I definitely recommend that to you. One of the best books Marvel's ever put out, period. But I'll think of some more. They also did a really good run of The Monster of Frankenstein. The best adaptation of the book I've ever read, and carried on from there. But we'll talk, Sarah. We will. And you and I, we'll talk too. So like I said, we'll see what we can do for Friday to give you some entertainment. And we may, if we can set it up, we may do more than one episode. We might have like a mini marathon through the day so you get sick of seeing me. Some of our more requested episodes, American Vampire, another one. Saga of the Swamp Thing is another good one. All right. And I found the song from A Christmas Light Display. Well, good for you. And later's everyone. Donna, mwah. Say, hey, if I don't talk to you and Carl before, then safe journey to you too. Because you got, I think you've got a longer trip than I do, if only by an hour or two. Definitely. And Michaela, definitely you have a wonderful trip too. All right. You and Andy both. And every time I think of Frankenstein, I think of Frankenstein Unbound. Ooh, that was good. Yeah, that's a good one. Anyway, we're going to close off the comments at this point. We're going to sign off. Anyway, thank you all for watching. And you may see pictures of treasures I find. Ooh, looking forward to it, Sarah. Thank you, hon. We'll talk later. Mwah. Anyway, we will talk later. Like I said, stay tuned for this channel and to my Facebook page for announcements on what we'll be doing Friday. We'll see what we can do to set it up. Got some ideas. And some of us talked about a special episode. we're going to hold off on that because I think that's something that deserves some real attention, and I want to do it upright. Anyway, so Friday, tune in. Hopefully there'll be something, but otherwise, please come see us at HalloCon. Go to HALLOWCON.com on the interwebs. We will be at HalloCon from Friday till Sunday, all 3 days. That's going to be at the Econo Lodge, 1507 Tibbs Road in Dalton, Georgia. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I will be there. Michaela Jade, Carl Witzman, and Donna Carleen will be there. John B. Pica will be there. Damian Waldron will be there. It'll be an explosion of Nevermorians. So please come see us. And then after that, I've got almost a month off. That's going to be exciting. I might get some work done. Who knows? Anyway, we hope you get some work done too. And we'll see you, Joe Dog. We'll talk in the next couple of days. Okay. Thank you, brother. And sorry I was late. Hope everyone has a great day. Charles, you weren't late. You got some comments in. We were glad to see you. Missed you, man. Gotta come back more often. All right. So anyway, let's start winding down things. And the best way to wind it down will be to thank the people that keep the show running, one of whom is Plasma Fire Graphics. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. When your book manuscript deserves the very best cover it can get, then you want to contact Plasma Fire Graphics. Check out their Facebook page and also check them out at plasmafiregraphics.com. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you, because it sure as heck matters to your readers. And also, we want to thank our Patreon subscribers. Patreon is a monthly subscription service where you can directly support your favorite creators and get special things in return. And for one of the things, for instance, is you get your name up on this card here. And we want to thank Ken Linear. I'm sorry, Ken, I'm mispronouncing your name. But anyway, check him out. He's a great, great artist. He's got his own page on Patreon. And check out all these people. They've all got pages on Patreon. And hope you can subscribe to some of them and help them in their creative journey too. And if you want to find out what I'm offering, such as exclusive blogs and peeks at works in progress, go to www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris for more information. We'll be glad you did. And also, we want to thank the Rising Tide Broadcast Network for backing us up here. We've got entertainment, varied and great entertainment, 7 days a week. I'm on every morning with BK Minutes. A lot of people are giving me great feedback, and I thank you all for it. Monday may be an interesting day because of scheduling and all. But anyway, please check out what we're doing there. We're very proud of the work we're doing with the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. It's a group of like-minded broadcasters who are helping each other grow their channels and provide quality content for you. And later today, we've got a brand new show. I believe it'll start today. And it's Dr. John. It's John Silvestri, the former Don Bluth animator. He's the original gangsta. He's going to teach you how to draw like the OG does. Anyway, check him out. He's got a great show today around 3 o'clock Eastern. And also don't forget tonight, The Truth Mongers with Ted Davies and Glenn B. Fleming. They're going to discuss Area 51 tonight. And then tomorrow, Thursday, I don't know if TED Talks is going to be on. It should. It's awesome. But anyway, tomorrow evening, we've got Comic Book Spectrum at 7 p.m. with Eric Hawkins, Clyde Hall, and filling in for Brian Rodman and no dim light himself. He is a beacon of knowledge and fun. Mr. Joe D. McPhee from the Desk of Small Press Publisher will be joining us, and it's fantastic. We always have a good time, and we think you will too. So join us on Comic Book Spectrum tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, and then after that is there will not be an episode of Stupid O'Clock or Last Man Standing either Thursday or Saturday and Sunday. Because we'll all be at HoloCon. There might be a green room for Uncle Carl's Secret Humor page. And I think that's just about everybody there. Also, we want to mention that CromCon is happening this weekend. Pops Van Zandt is putting on another exemplary show. We're looking forward to seeing. Well, we would see that. We'll see it on the rerun because we'll be traveling or or acting up at Joe Dog McKeel's. And also, please check out their various Patreon, or not Patreon, but Kickstarter campaigns that are worthy of your attention right now, such as Kara Nicole's cosplay calendar for 2022 is just launching, and we're wrapping up the show, honey, so we can run our errands.
Yay.
Yay! I know she's excited.
I've made coffee and I forgot to get it. I'm sorry.
I love you anyway.
Good.
I do.
I love you. So there's some, and I'll put the rest.
Oh, thank
in my
you.
room.
Thank you. Oh, I got to move my incredible drawing here. This is going to be an NFT that we're releasing of Brian Rodman cosplaying as Jessica Rabbit. I drew that. Can you tell? I know it's almost photographic.
Almost photographic. I'm sure, though, there's probably something missing.
No, she's got the cleavage. Or he does.
But there's, generally speaking, a little bit of color in the cleavage.
Oh, this is the black and white version. The color NFT, of course, we'll have to charge more for.
Right.
So
okay.
And we've done it on the special lined paper. So, nothing but the best for our buddy Brian. And yeah, who's your buddy? Who's your pal, right? Anyway, thank you, sweetie. So anyway, please check out the shows that we've got coming up, and like I said, we'll have something for Friday. We'll see what we can do for Friday. But definitely check out HalloCon. Go to hallocon.com and check out the graphics on that first page, because that's Jeffrey Hayes on there, Plasma Fire Graphics. Wow, what great work. And what great people will be hanging out with. Bobby Nash will be there. I'm so excited for this weekend. This will be a great, great show. And thank you again, Joe Dog McKeel, for making me the guest of honor. I will try to do you proud. But anyway, we'll see you tomorrow night on Comic Book Spectrum. And we'll see you every morning on BK Minutes. We hope you're checking them out. Hope you're enjoying those. And as always, folks, whether you're watching us live or on the rerun, we appreciate your presence here. And to counteract the loss of my 90 Russian bots, I miss you, comrades, already. Please like us on Facebook. Please like the Rising Tide Broadcasting page on Facebook. And if you're watching us on YouTube, please like, share, and subscribe to this broadcast. I would appreciate it greatly. And maybe your friends will be entertained by it as well, with any luck. Also, please, if you haven't already, please subscribe if you've enjoyed any part of the show, and be sure to tingle that little bell so you'll be notified of all future broadcasts. And with that, we are going to bid you a cheese fondue. And we're going to make our way out of here. Anyway, we'll join you tomorrow night on Comic Book Spectrum. And as always, folks, thank you for being here. We appreciate you greatly. And please, on this hump day, help someone else get through the week too, okay? Because there's a lot of people hurting and don't know how to let you know. So just even give a smile, or an attaboy, or an attagirl. Try to encourage someone today. Facebook can be such an ugly place. God knows. And post something positive today. It annoys people. That's a good reason to do it. So anyway, thank you all for being here on Nevermind the Furthermore for October 27th, 2021. And if I don't talk to you personally before then, have a happy and safe Halloween. And we'll see you at HalloCon Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Econo Lodge, 1507 Tibbs Road in Dalton, Georgia. And as always, folks, stay smart, stay safe. Wash your damn hands, all right? And never apologize for being awesome. Have a great rest of your week, everyone. And we'll see you live Monday on Nevermind the Furthermore for November 1st. Take care, everyone. Have a great one.
Thank you for watching Nevermind the Furthermore, a Rising Tide Broadcast Network production. If you enjoyed any part of this show, please give it a like or a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and consider becoming one of our Patreon supporters. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time on Nevermind the Furthermore.
From author Brian K. Morris comes a tale of irreverent holiday horror, told with much inappropriate humor. Dr. Victor Frankenstein creates the spirit of giving himself. ho, ho, ho. Santa Stein, or the post-holiday Prometheus. Available at Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
Hi, my name is Erin Casey, and I'm the director of the Writers' Rooms as well as Imagine Other Worlds with Authors, aka Iowa. Would you like to meet 15 brand new authors? How about participate in panels about writing, publishing, and marketing your book? Do you like free giveaways? Then join us for Imagine Other Worlds with Authors on November 6th and 7th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. We will be meeting virtually at facebook.com/IA Other Worlds. If you'd like to learn more about our organization, you can find us at thewritersrooms.org/Iowa. We hope you'll join us.
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, and I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
Author Cindy Kep is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kep at CKOEPP.com today.
Hey, yo, Pops here. Are you looking to be on Monday Madness? Is Monday no good? You need a special edition? Are you looking to be on the first timer spotlight on for you new guys? Launch parties, countdowns, CromCon Monthly. We got it all right here at the Madness Comic Network, providing online promotional services for the indie comic community and proud sponsor of
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.
Visit cb4k.org.
Greetings, ghouls and boils. I'm the Ghoul Master, a loving homage to horror anthology narrators of yesteryear. Wait, I'm an homage? Why didn't anybody tell me? You'll hear from my agent about this. But first, let's get to the heart of the matter. I I'm here to tell you about the new horror anthology, Memoirs of the Morbid, on Kickstarter in time for Halloween. Memoirs of the Morbid is a black and white homage to classic horror comics from the 40s and 50s, containing 5 self-contained stories by some of the best indie comic creators out there. There's that word again. I better not find out homage is an insult. Anyways, Memoirs of the Morbid is completely done and ready to go to the printer. The comic will be on Kickstarter until Halloween, so don't make a grave mistake by missing it.